everybody, this is Marie and welcome to Marie's Chatty Tarot. Today we're gonna be do a zodiac spread for the month of April. April Fool, happy April Fool's Days, everybody. I hope that nobody's doing any bad pranks on others, because that's what we do in my family. Well, we used to, not so much anymore. Yeah, for those interested, today I'm going to be using the Everyday Tarot deck. Why? Because it's a small deck, and I'm going to try to see to fit all the cards in one shot for this. And so yes, so a zodiac spread is basically 12 cards, and each represent different house. So each of those houses represent different aspect in one's life, in one's happenings, and that will give everybody an idea of, you know, kind of sort of what to expect, some advice or some insight, what to look for, how to better improve. So I really like the zodiac spread. I don't use it as often, but I'm starting to. It's pretty awesome. So let's see what the month of April has to offer. So we're going to do a zodiac spread for the month of April 2023. Oh yes, for those interested, please feel free to share, like, subscribe if you feel like I'm providing value to the video. Thank you guys to my Rumble, BitChute, and YouTube. You guys have been awesome. Okay. Month of April 2023. Okay. First card is Four of Cups. Second house, Two of Pentacles. Ace of Wands, communication. Third house. Emperor for the fourth house. Nine of Wands, fifth house. Two of Swords, sixth house. King of Cups, seventh house. Eighth house is the Empress. Ninth house, Ace of Cups. Tenth house. Oops. 10th house is Page of Wands. 11th house is Temperance. Uh, 12th house is the Nine of Cups. And the 13th house for the overall month is the Queen of Wands. Oh, cool. Kind of sort of fit. Adjust the camera a bit. Okay. So the first card is the first house. The first card is the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups, you see this gentleman. So it's that it's for the house of self. How do you see yourself, or how do you feel about yourself? This card is the Four of Cups. Four of Cups, you see this gentleman sitting around, being, it's a card, it could be a card, usually all fours in numerology is stability. But stability can bring boredom. It could be complacency. It could mean all of the above. And you see this gentleman, Four of Cups, he's sitting under this tree, and he's not paying attention to those cups. It's as if they no longer interest him. And opportunity is coming, and he's not even paying attention because he is so boggled down by what's going on in his mind, by his troubles. So it's as if right now everybody's on overload, and people are just not paying attention anymore to what's happening. It's as if people is taking a mental break or mental checkout from what's happening around them in the world. Understandable. So that's the Four of Cups for the first house. The second house represents assets, resources. So it's what you value. So right now, what we value is a lot of concerns about finances, about money, about your budget. It's because Two Pentacles about what's tangible, what you can touch. But the fact is Two of Pentacles. So two is duality. So this here, we are trying to balance our finances. We're trying to balance our money. That's what we're valuing right now. How to better stay afloat. You know, that's what's coming right now. And that's what we value. And that's what's in everybody's mind, including me. So that's not unusual to see this. And the thing is, I think I've seen this card again for the month of March. This card was also there. So again, money's on everybody's mind, and people are trying to make ends meet, and people are trying to juggle whatever they have in the budget to try to stay as afloat as much as possible. So that's the card, what people are valuing right now, what's important to them. Okay, so third card is the third house. So this house is about communication, daily ritual, siblings, extended family. So basically, it's the way it was explained to me is how to start a project and how well you communicate. And this is the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is showing a brand new vitality, a brand new because one is fire, is inspiration, is motivation. So people are motivated to communicate with one another. I'm guessing people are very fired up. It can be anger as well, because people are fired up with what's going on in the world. People are fired up that now that people are being pinched financially. People are fired up because they have to hustle. They try to find they're gonna have to find another way to get things done or to make money, because fire is about what motivates you to get out there to do what you need to do. So fire in your belly kind of thing, kind of theme, right? Because it's how you communicate. And the Ace is showing you beginning in that you're motivated in light of all of what's happening right now. You're motivated to go out there to start anew, to seek out new opportunities, to do what motivates you to pay those bills, really, or to start a new project. So you're motivated right now because you're seeing that okay, this is the situation I'm being dealt with. I have to rely on myself. I have to be motivated. I have to be have the fire in my belly to go out there and do what I have to do to pay those bills, to, you know, get to the next level. So you can fill out the blanks yourself, but you understand that's the house of communication. So everybody's motivated right now to communicate their thoughts, to communicate their motivation, to communicate, so you can get to the next level. So the fourth house is how you recharge. So it's a house of parents, it's a house of home, and it's a house of what emotionally nurtures you. So the Emperor is the card that's showing up. So usually the Emperor is a card that is ruled by Mars. It is very about exerting your will. It's about manifesting. It's about law and order. It's about wanting to. It's about wanting to remove whatever's chaotic in your life. So that kind of makes sense because we are April 1st. Spring officially is in here upon us. I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to start their spring cleaning, you know, make way for the new, remove what's not serving you, discarding what's no longer needed so you can make room for something better to come in. So a lot of people right now in their home front, in their home life, they would want to create order. They would want to clean up. They would want, to establish certain rules, discipline, to be better efficient, or to be able to see clearly. I remember my mom always tells me that if you're broke and if things are not going well for you, just clean your house. Just clean your house and you will see opportunity is going to come to you. So I think it's going with the same energy. And the fact is the Emperor. And I think it's the universe is trying to tell everybody, clean up. Put some order into your affairs, in your life. Okay, in a big way, because it's important, so you can allow space for new opportunity to come in. So that Emperor, that's what it's telling me, because that's a major arcana. So every time you see a major arcana, it's the universe really wants you to overemphasize, because so far we've only been seeing minor arcanas for the different houses, but for the home front, this is the card. So you need to pay special attention in cleaning up, in putting some order in your affairs so you can see it clearly. All right. So fifth house. So fifth house is Leo house. Is about creativity. It's also what's your plan to create, or how you express yourself. Is about your creativity. So the fact that we're seeing Nine of Wands, you see this gentleman who's been holding on. So the Nine of Wands is a person who he has been standing his ground. You can tell that he's a little battered, that he's got some wounds, but he is hanging on to his dream, to his motivation, or just hanging on. Wands is about motivation, is about fire. 9 is the last card before, the 10 card. The 10 card is completion. 9 is basically holding on for dear life, for what is yours, standing your ground. Adversities everywhere. You're getting a beat down creatively. So you might be in a situation where you're feeling stuck, or maybe you're in a situation where you still have to go on. So I don't know where you are in your project phase. Are you starting a new project? You might feel that you have to stand your ground. You might feel like you have to, you're being in an adversarial facing a lot of adversity to push that project out. At the same token, if you already started a project, you might feel that you're at a point where you're tired, you want to give out, but the card is saying to hang on, to hold on to your creativity, to hold on to whatever project you have in mind. Do not be discouraged, to forge on whatever project you have in mind, or whatever stage it is, whether it's at a beginning stage. uh, you might feel that you're getting at you might be facing a lot of obstacles and adversity. And if you are on the flip side, if you are at a in the middle or the end of a project, you might feel like you're tired and you cannot take it anymore. This card is telling you, regardless of your circumstance, to hold on, to hang on to what motivates you, to what makes you create, or what you know what 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 caused you to flourish, to be creative, to hold on uh, to your project, to your dreams, right? You might feel like you're getting beat up left and right, but do not let go. Do not quit. So that's a beautiful card. So that was the fifth house. So that is the sixth house. The sixth house is about routine, work, health. So the way it was explained to me, let me see, is what is your routine is going, like your daily routine, your health life, your work life, your every day you have a certain ritual that you do in order for you to get to the next level. What's your routine? So the Two of Swords. So right now you're feeling Two of Swords. Swords is about thoughts, words, information. Two, duality. So you are at the crossroads. So certain choices have to be made in order to change. When you know change is upon you and you don't know which direction to go with that Two of Swords. And even though you don't want to address it right now, you may have to, because you're gonna have to take the path. So yes, two choice. There's always that choice where you can still do whatever you're used to doing, but is that giving you result? Or you can take a chance and do the other option where yes, there's a risk, but maybe things are gonna change the way they are now in terms of your routine, in terms of your health. You know, if it's always said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Sometimes, you know, either you change yourself or the universe is going to force to change you. And when it happens, people are less happy when the universe creates situation to change them. If you have the ability to make that decision yourself, maybe now in this house, the house of routine, the house of work and health, maybe now is the time for you to sit down, really contemplate in making that hard choice, that hard decision, because you won't be able to sit on the fence very longer. Because if you're not able to make a choice, the universe tends to make choices for us. And what it does is seldom a happy one. It's always a hard lesson, right? So, the Two of Swords for the work. So basically, in terms of your work, in terms of your health, you are at a point in your life where you're trying to decide, what to do. Think on it, reflect on it, and, forge on, my friend. Because if you keep on doing the same thing and expecting a different result, you're not going to make any progress. Sometimes you have to venture out. So I think this card is acknowledging that you are at this point in life, you are stuck, and that you may have to make that decision, sooner or later, because this is a minor arcana. Again, the choice is yours because it is a minor arcana. Okay, so seventh house is the King of Cups. So King of Cups for the 7th house. Interesting. 7th house is about personal relationship. It's about committed partnership. So it could be relationship uh, with friends, family, but usually that 7th house is most likely for somebody that you care about, like a love interest. So it could be a spouse, it could be a lover, uh, regardless of sex, obviously. Um, if you're single, it could be people that you have either an interest, a love interest, or it could be people around you that you really care about, that you interact with on a daily basis, right? So the King of Cups is a card uh, uh, of being really in tune with one's emotion. The King of Cups is somebody who's trying to, so Cups deals with emotion. It could be about being very empathetic, very insensitive to others, but the King denotes a mastery, being in control of one emotion, trying to keep everything reining everything in. That's what's coming to mind. And usually that card is a person who's very good at persuading others, at having people see things their way on an emotional level. Some people might think manipulative, but not always, not in this particular sense. So personal relationship. Uh, right now, with that King of Cups, everybody is reining in everything in a big way, because it's the king that show up. It's not the page. It's not the uh, it's not the it's not the knight. It's the king that shows up. So that tells me that a lot of people is trying to keep things together. It's trying to keep things afloat on an emotional level, because the king shows that if you really look at it, you see all those waves. You see this boat being truly rocked, but by emotion. So basically, the world is throwing a lot at people right now, and they're trying their best to stay in the moment, not letting what's happening around them affect them, trying to stay in control on an emotional level. So it's as if right now, personal relationship wise, things might be a little rocky. Things might be a little funky, so to speak, where you feel like you have to be the one to be the grown up, or have to be the one to maintain, to keep everything afloat around you. Um, so that's an interesting card. So that everybody's probably getting emotional, everybody's getting a little out there, and you have to be the one to, okay, I have to be the one that's emotionally mature. I have to be the one that shows more compassion, more understanding, be more sensitive to others. You probably feel like you have to be that grown up in that room, in that relationship. So that's an interesting card to show up for personal relationships. So I'm guessing on the flip side, that might be tiring if you're the only one that's trying to maintain and that's trying to keep a level head. I think that's the proper word. Uh, so you might want to consider to have a conversation so that, your mate, your spouse can help you shoulder that burden. Um, so So this is the card that shows up for the personal relationship, that you feel like you're the one who's gonna feel like you're gonna have to maintain a level head. You're gonna have to try to rise above whatever emotional uh, stuff being thrown at you at this moment. And it looks like, yes, it can be tiring, but because of your intuition, because there's your sensitivity, maybe you'll be able to weather that storm better than most, because it's the king that shows up too. So that's pretty cool. All right, 8th house. So the 8th house is about desire. The way my brother explained it to me is what you desire, what you attract, what you fear. So what you attract, what you fear is fuels that desire. So what you desire right now is comfort, is the Empress card that shows up. Empress is about being comfortable, being provided for, and this is the card that, and I think everybody right now, that's what we all want. I think collectively, because information is coming out. Information is coming out every day that we live in a world of abundance, that we live in a world that there's not supposed to be any lack. Yes, yet there is. How is that possible? You know, the universe, the planet has so many resources available, yet somehow it's not being allocated properly. So our desire is to be in comfort. And comfort does not mean being filthy rich. You could be filthy rich and not be in comfort. I've seen that before. It's about being comfort, being provided for, having a roof, not being worried about, paying them bills every freaking day, every freaking month. That's, just being comfortable, being provided for, being able to provide for yourself. So this is what everybody wants. This is what everybody's concerned about. This is what we fear of not having those things. And I think it's understandable. Inflation, with every uncertainty going on in the world right now, it's understandable to wanting to have your needs being met, on a material and on a spiritual level as well, wanting to be cared for, really want to be provided for. So this is what we want. And the fact is the Empress that shows up for this house, this is what's really on everybody's mind collectively. And the fact that it's showing up, it's collective, it's everywhere, and the universe really wants us to pay attention to that. This is what we really want: to be comfortable, to be cared for, to be, to not be worried about anything on the material plane. Okay, so that's the 9th house is what you believe. Ace of Cups is the card that shows up. So the Ace of Cups is a new beginning on an emotional way. So it's as if we're shifting. There's a shift going on collectively for everybody. Our belief is being changed. Why? Because the matrix is crumbling around us. No matter where you are, France, Israel, it doesn't matter where in the world you're located, there's a shift in consciousness going on. And this is what the Ace of Cups means. It's a new beginning. It's a new way of viewing things on an emotional level. People are feeling that what's going on right now is not right. The way the world is going on is right now. And that's shifting. The truth is coming out every day about certain things, industries, people. The truth is coming out about them. And because of that, an emotional shift is coming through. People are seeing that, and people are wanting change, because that's what the Ace of Cups is denoting: belief. A lot of people's belief are starting to change, right? And wanting a new beginning. Okay. Wow. Okay. So the 10th house is for careers, and public role is basically how will you manage your career and public role. So this card is the Page of Wands. So Page of Wands is a message. It's a messenger, but it could be, in this situation, it's kind of like a small pivot. Wands is about what motivates you, what fires you up. So the fact is the page. The page is the first card in the suit cards. It means a pivot. It means a new beginning. So you're starting small in a very gradual way to pivot your way, your approach to how you communicate, how you see the world, how you communicate with others, and how um, uh, maybe you are at work. New beginning. Uh, what fires you up? Maybe you're becoming more assertive. Maybe not in a big way, but because it's the page, in a very small, gradual way, or you change, you wanting to change your strategy, because fire is motivation. Maybe you're gonna be um, wanting to be more assertive, more proactive, either in your career or in your side hustle. Um, you're gonna want to venture out of sort a little bit, maybe not in a big way, but what's comfortable for you. Because if you're an introvert, you might do, you might start to chit chat with your coworkers a little bit more, something like that, something that's out of your comfort zone. So this is kind of what this Page of Wands is kind of showing, something out of your comfort zone, gradually, in a small way, because that page is about pivoting. It's the small change that can change everything, right? You somehow you're being pushed, or you feel like you need to push yourself outward to propel change, to so you can advance either in your career, to go to the next step, or maybe how you for your project, or how you deal with the public. Maybe you're becoming more uh, uh, charismatic, or maybe you're becoming more uh, chatty, or maybe you're becoming more outgoing, right? Because you're being motivated to get out of your comfort zone. Because again, the second house, struggle with money, nothing like that to motivate somebody to get out of their comfort zone, to get that money, or to start that project, or to do what needs to be done. But in a small way, but in a meaningful way, you're branching yourself out there, and that's a beautiful card. I'm happy that you're getting outside of your comfort zone, and you're motivating yourself to branch out, to start anew. So that's great for what was that, the 10th house? Yeah. Okay. So the 11th house is hope, dreams, is Temperance card. So the 10th house is about your group relationship. So when you mean by group relationship, is how well you network, how well you, so it's as if in light of what's going on in the world, people are being more, is exercising temperance. So making more of an effort to communicate, because this could be a card of communication as well, making an effort, but not overly, but staying in touch. It's as if now more than ever, people are doing it, making an effort to staying connected. Not overly so, and not less so, but just being an even keel. And that's a beautiful card, because when you stay connected, you don't know where that may lead in your career, or in opportunity, or in all of the above. So the Temperance card is a major arcana, and it's as if that's the advice. Again, we don't see a lot of major arcana here, but we're seeing a major arcana in key location to deal with, that deals with group, because we need others to succeed, we need others to get where we need to be. And the Temperance cards is as if it's a reminder from the universe to let us know, stay connected in a big way, because this can help you. Maybe not now. You may not see the fruit of your labor now, but if by staying connected, you never know. Maybe that friend that works at, I don't know, um, um, IBM or Amazon or this big tech company, they have, yeah, maybe that friend will have an opening, and by staying connected, they will immediately think of you, and for you for the position. So that's a beautiful card, and the fact that it's a major arcana, really do pay attention to that card. And so, okay, and now this is the 12th house. 12th house is about your subconscious, what you really, when nobody's watching, when it's only you, yourself, and you, uh, in bed or in the, in your happy place by yourself, your subconscious. This is the card that's representing our collective subconscious right now, is the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is about wishing, desiring what is best for you, what is best for me. We all collectively want what is best for us. And this is the card that's coming through in through our subconscious. It's as if, this is where this card is Nine of Cups, is having your desire fulfilled, having everything. So everybody is in light of everything that's happening, everybody subconsciously is hopeful, is wants to stay in a very high vibration, very wants to, so that we can have our dreams come true. And what we want is comfort. We want to be able to juggle. We want to be able to forge on with our project. We want to be able to. So it's about, well, I don't want to say keeping it together, but Nine of Cups is about fueling your desire to stay in a high vibration. Or fervent desire, or real us, is to having all wish come true. Is to want to be happy, is to want whatever it is that gives you joy, right? This, everybody's subconscious is about wanting to have our collective wish come true. May it be about money, about security, stability, be in a relationship. That's what everybody desires. We have a fervent desire, to accomplish, you can fill out the dots. That's what we want. It's a desire card. We have a strong desire. And that's a beautiful card to have. That it means that you are not discouraged. You still have hope. And to keep in that vibration, try to stay positive. Try to forge on, and stay in this high vibe, because we're gonna need it in our subconscious more than ever, so we can push it for the universe to manifest, right? So, wow, this is beautiful. So the last card, to kind of like to summarize everything for the month of April 2023, is the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is a lady who is very charismatic, very successful, very authentic to herself, finding her voice and not being afraid of expressing it. So it's a queen, yeah, but it could be genderless, you know. But it's about finding your voice and not being afraid of expressing that voice, expressing what motivates you, expressing what pushes you, what propels you to get to the next level. And the fact is, the queen, a lot of people are waking up in a very big way. A lot of people are being fired up in a big way, and not afraid of expressing it, not afraid to take action to go get it, or to find that vehicle to to express. So you're fired up. Are you fired up to become the artist that you always wanted, the painter that you always wanted, or to go get that job that you always wanted, or that field that you always been exploring? So this is what that kind of fired up, you know. So you're not afraid, less so, more comfortable in your skin, more fired up in light of what's going on, to to stand your ground, and stand for yourself. So that's a beautiful card to have, the Queen of Wands. uh, wow. Thank you guys for sticking with me to the end of this video. Appreciate the share, likes, subscribe, and the comments. I look forward to that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Thanks.